If you thought mutant soldiers with unstoppable physical and mental powers were nothing more than science fiction, then brace yourselves for what I am about to tell you. In a chilling op-ed, the US Intel chief has warned that China could be breeding genetically modified soldiers.
General, I want to turn to the China threat. You were really among the first people to come on this program and raise the red flag about China. You told us that they were building a very strong military. We know that they've got the largest Navy in the world. Well, the Director of National Intelligence, John Ratcliffe, joined me on Sunday Morning Futures this weekend to talk about the intelligence that shows the Chinese Communist Party and what it's doing. Here's John Ratcliffe.
It's called gene editing. It's altering DNA, and it's one of the things that our intelligence shows that China is doing. They've got the PRC, the People's Republic of China, has 2 million strong in its military, and it's trying to make them stronger through, gene editing.
Taboo on production. Know the truth. Most you people are living a lie. Here to reveal that. Pull back the veil. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. In the name of Jesus Christ. Before the nuance in my knowledge, knew the words in my thoughts. I fought a war versus the demonic and Masonic onslaught. I fought to keep the topic honest on this ominous force. It's a serpent versus your conscience with a constant distort. When a complex tricks the common contemplation is lost. Till your only concentration's in a camp where you're tossed. Condemnation of this nation for branded and relocation. Creation of Satan's stamp with the nanotech encasement. With ammo-packed basements and camo strap patient. Waiting for war to break and they door to start wasting. The first face adjacent, steady aim straight. In the deadly rain racing with a heavy machete to split the belly of a mason. Tiger helis chasing, racing in your car to track your celly's location. You ain't getting very far, what's on the telly's rotation. Complacent pacifism, we give it minimal living. A television prison and an elder spark the ism. I rebellish hellish system with the rhythm of a war drum. Sword swung precision with the wisdom of the Lord's tongue. Swung into my tongue rust with one thrust to battle the unjust. Rambunctious from rush. It's the sun plus the Father's Holy Spirit shining from us to make the lungs bust and the lies who sung trust. And God's among us, burning the fungus of the faithless to break the stasis and glitch the fakeness of the matrix. Erase the hatred, embrace the sacred love of Jesus. Be the open arms, helping anyone who needs us. But people won't believe us and perceive us as a threat. The world killed God's only son, and that's something he won't forget. So I don't expect to catch a deal of much respect. You'll probably celebrate on deaths, but the soul defeats the flesh. Can't control, I need to bless every breath. Life is taken by Satan from east to west to set the sun on his location. These are just my statements, my actions aim to murder. Council of Foreign Relations, Freemasons, and Bilderbergers. To take it further, I slay reptilians by the millions who feast on children, destroy the beast and what he's building. Controlling billions, bring my civilians in a brick wall. I swear it makes me sick by the way these nooses fit y'all. I'm the pitfall, happy landings, it's a spike bed. Since bitches get brains, you're never thinking with the right head. Watch the fight spread to see the dead is a reminder. We're the reason behind her, all this death that can find you. And I'm waiting for China to strike Taiwan and get it on. The use of nuclear bombs, the revelations of John. And my patience is gone, I hear artillery gunning. Just look at Chelsea Clinton, Billy's Hillary's cousin. That's why she's not bugging that her husband's been fucking anyone he wants, cause the marriage means nothing. It's power consumption, that's why they humping they fam. Keep the bloodline running, they'll keep running the land. It's the government's plan to get that harlot in the office. Cover the world in scarlet from the blood of your corpses. In the river that courses will keep it drunk in a fortress. As FEMA enforcers look for crosses on Christians. Riding pale horses, trying to outlaw religion. It's the Antichrist mission, recondition microchips in the hand of the head. The beast brand of 666s. I use biblical scriptures to paint pictures for the faithful, while cynical bitches claim that scriptures are only fables. I battle fallen angels, work the angles, praise the Lord. To the pyramids, triangle, get strangled by mic cords. I battle fallen angels, work the angles, praise the Lord. To the pyramids, triangle, get strangled by mic cords. It's not a game. They're gonna nuke us soon. Who's they? Who took down the Twin Towers? Who bombed Oklahoma City? Who was responsible for Waco, Texas? MK Ultra used to brainwash assassins, to walk into college campuses and have massacres for the spring sacrifice. These are sick bastards, Satan worshippers. Who's they? Who's in Geneva? Planning warfares at the UN, but Geneva don't even take part in the war. Who's they? Who's the 13 bloodlines running shit? Who is the Illuminati? Watch your back, they're everywhere. Who's they? They were building Solomon's temple so they could bring in the Antichrist.
The Great Wall is no longer a wall dividing China from the rest of the world, but it is a reminder of the fact that there are many walls still existing in the world which divide nations and peoples. The Great Wall is also a reminder that for almost a generation there has been a wall between the People's Republic of China and the United States of America. In these past 4 days, we have begun the long process of removing that wall between us. We began our talks recognizing that we have great differences, but we are determined that those differences not prevent us from living together in peace. You believe deeply in your system, and we believe just as deeply in our system. It is not our common beliefs that have brought us together here, but our common interests and our common hopes. The interest that each of us has to maintain our independence and the security of our peoples, and the hope that each of us has to build a new world order.
The closest we came to the dream was when we were doing THX and everybody was writing their scripts. Everybody was hanging out at the pool table drinking cappuccinos and waxing philosophically about the New World Order and everything.
A new world order can emerge, a new era. It is a big idea, a new world order where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause. And now we can see a new world coming into view. A world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order, about the new world taking shape around us, about the prospects for a new world order now within our reach. We must build on the successes of Desert Storm to give new shape and momentum to this new world order.
From 1945 and the end of the war through 1989 and the end of the Cold War, we had a worldview. Republican and Democratic presidents alike, from Harry Truman to George Bush. President Bush kept said, and it's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order, and instead it looks like we got a lot of disorder. We still, and after 9/11, we've been more sensitive.
There is a chance for the President of the United States to use this disaster to carry out what his father, a phrase his father used, I think, only once, and hasn't been used since, and that is a new world order.
Tim, what do you think America's place in the new world order should be?
I think the global policeman should be the United Nations.
An interdependent world order might be built. Will not be here for too long.
Because you really need to bring China into the creation of a new world order, financial world order.
There's a need for a new world order. When really a new world order can be created, it's a great opportunity. It isn't such a crisis.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
Senator Biden of Delaware.
Senator Biden, welcome to the Advocate.
Thank you. Senator Biden, it's nice to have you here as the youngest member of the Senate, the one, therefore, who may expect the longest career there. I wonder if you'd say to us, since it's clear that you're not corrupt and you got elected, why should people think that the system produces corrupt results when there you are?
Well, I'm not sure you should assume I'm not corrupt, but thank you for that.
Fight the cancer of corruption.
But then, something strange happened. Just 3 weeks later, a Ukrainian natural gas company, Burisma, accused of corruption, appoints Hunter Biden, seen here in their promotional videos, to their board of directors, paying his firm more than $1 million a year.
The only country where Hunter Biden's business and his father's diplomacy as vice president intersected. It also happened in China.
This video shows Chinese diplomats greeting Vice President Biden as he arrived in Beijing in December of 2013. Right by his side, his son Hunter. Less than 2 weeks later, Hunter's firm had new business, creating an investment fund in China involving the government-controlled Bank of China. With reports, they hope to raise $1.5 billion.
Call with the national security staff of the Office of the Vice President in February of 2015. I raised my concern that Hunter Biden's status as a board member would create the perception of a conflict of interest.
How the Obama-Biden State Department had prepared you to answer questions about Burisma and Hunter Biden specifically. You recall that?
Yes.
Out of thousands of companies in the Ukraine, the only one that you recall the Obama-Biden State Department preparing you to answer questions about was the one where the vice president's son was on the board. Is that fair?
Yes.
So here's the next story that we're going to get into. Trump tweets video of Chinese professor claiming that Beijing can swing U.S. policy because it has people at the top of America's core inner circle of power, in clip that has been deleted from social media in China. Not only does this guy, Di Dongsheng, say that they have old friends, he calls it, in high positions. He says that Joe Biden's son became rich with all this international financing stuff, and who do you think helped him do it? Essentially, it's saying the Bidens are compromised, but he doesn't need to say it because Tony Bobulinski already said it. Yeah. That Joe Biden is compromised by China.
但现在呢？现在我们看到拜登上台了，传统的精英、政治精英啊，这个建制派，他们跟华尔街的关系是非常密切的。所以大家看到吧，拜登的儿子被特朗普说你在全球有什么基金公司，发现没有？谁帮他建的基金公司啊？明白吗？这个都有买卖啊。那么。
Really, a new world order can be created. It's a great opportunity. It isn't a crisis.
The first 2 years of the Trump administration demonstrate that President Trump is not undermining these institutions, nor is he abandoning American leadership. Quite the opposite. In the finest traditions of our great democracy, we are rallying the noble nations of the world to build a new liberal order that prevents war and achieves greater prosperity for all.
To build a new liberal order that prevents war and achieves greater prosperity for all.
I love Israel. I love Israel. And we've got to come together, not only as a nation, but as a world community. But as a world community.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
We have before us the opportunity to forge a new world order.
Is this global governance at last? Is it one world?
A new world order can be created. It's a great opportunity.
A new world order.
A new world order.
In creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
Your world government will fail, okay?
And freedom is beautiful. And, it'll take time to restore chaos and order. But order out of chaos. But we...
מסמך של האו"ם, New World Order, UN Agenda. אני אומר לכם ישר את התרגום. סדר עולמי חדש של האו"ם בין השנים 2021 עד 2030. לא תאמינו מה שתשמעו. תתכוננו. קחו אוויר, תנשמו, ואל תתייאשו, יש אלוהים למעלה. דבר ראשון, בין השנים האלה תהיה ממשלה עולמית אחת, מטבע עולמי חסר מזומנים, בנק מרכזי עולמי, צבא עולמי אחד, סוף הריבונות הלאומית, סוף כל הריבונות הלאומית, סוף כל הרכוש בבעלות פרטית, סוף התא המשפחתי, סילוק אוכלוסין, שליטה בגידול האוכלוסייה וצפיפות האוכלוסייה, חובה מרובה בחיסונים, הכנסה בסיסית אוניברסלית, הכוונה משכורת צנע, השתלת מיקרוצ'יפ לרכישה, נסיעות, מעקב ובקרה, יישום מערכת אשראי חברתית עולמית כמו שיש לסין, טריליוני מועמדים המחוברים למערכת הניטור G5, הממשלה תגדל את הילדים, בתי ספר ואוניברסיטאות בבעלות ממשלתית, סוף התחבורה הפרטית, בעלות על המכוניות, כל העסקים יהיו בבעלות הממשלה, התאגיד, הגבלה על מה שלא חיוני בטיסות, בני אדם ירוכזו באזורי התיישבות אנושית, ערים, סוף ההשקיה, סיום המשק הפרטי, החי והמרעה, סוף הבתים המשפחתיים, שימוש מוגבל בקרקע המשרתת צרכים אנושיים, איסור של תרופות טבעיות שאינן סינתטיות ורפואה נוטורופטית, וסוף דלק מאובנים.
Okay, let's welcome back to the show former State Department official Christian Whiten. Christian, what is going on here with U.S. intelligence warning that China is now trying to steal Americans' DNA from COVID-19 tests in order to become a superpower and dominate the world in drugs and vaccines? What's happening here?
Well, I know it sounds a little bit like a 1970s sci-fi thriller, but actually it's not that far beyond the realm of possibilities and where technology is going, especially we've seen the speed with which healthcare has progressed during this COVID crisis. You know, it's not impossible to think that China could engineer a virus and also the vaccine, unleash it on the world, and then basically give the vaccine only to countries that it's like. Again, it's not within today's technology, but China is great at vacuuming up information. It's the biggest consumer of data in world history. Unlike our intelligence gathering agencies, it's face no restraints whatsoever. So something to worry about here.
There are many accounts of people who have had their relatives disappear into the camps, and we don't really know what's happening to them.
Can I ask you why people are kneeling, blindfolded and shaven and being led to trains in modern China? Why? What is going on there?
I do not know where you get this videotape.
G'day, Rowan. You know what? I'm really depressed, actually. I think I started off this pandemic thinking it was just people being a bit stupid and it would all pass. But now I realize that this is organized. And you rightly mentioned the Great Reset. Anyone who doesn't realize that the Great Reset is the biggest threat to our way of life right now hasn't been paying attention.
NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act, that Obama has called for and signed, stipulates that even American citizens can now be targeted by the military, picked up, and imprisoned.
Jet. Hey, Joe. You in the club tonight? Yeah. 4, Jed.
You give him up, or you give us half your stash. You willing to dump your silver in the dirt? Or Seth? Nick, why the fuck French?
I'm going to France.
You should go to China.
I'm going to France.
I'm from the future. You should go to China.
I'm going to France.
Go.
Sir, I formally convey my presence.
We are not used to physical contact greetings.
See, their morals, their code, it's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. I'll show you. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other. See, their morals, their code, it's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble.
What sort of a financial deal should Obama be seeking to strike when he travels to China next month?
No, I think this would be the time, because you really need to bring China into the creation of a new world order, financial world order.
The strange scene of American nationalist President Donald J. Trump seated with the aging globalist cabal of past presidents and politicians. It was awkward. But there was something else odd going on. It was noticed that several of the globalist political players received an unexpected letter inside of their program. Hillary Clinton was the only one who kept her poker face when looking at the mysterious letter. Former Vice President Joe Biden appeared to be distressed when his wife found his.
Information. Who are you? The new number 2. Who is number 1? You are number 6. I am not a number. I am a free man.
The warning, y'all. This is a warning, y'all.
Listen up. Cold bag.
Cold bag.
Yeah.
Cold bag.
What?
Yo, you've been warned. This is a warning, yo. Cold bag. Yo, I came to warn you. Strike and swarm you, inform you, knowledge born you, they're on you. Cameras on corners, men who take orders in close quarters of slaughters. Tell your sons and your daughters, behind a closed door sits an old wise man with the power of destruction at the palm of his hand. Understand how he got there is this, not a mark in his list. White fist, database in the wrist, son he couldn't miss his chance to pull the strings of the dance. Control the whole world through the power of trance. How you see it, to every man born and sworn in. The remedy, I look and see a new day dawning. This is a warning to every man born and sworn in. The remedy, I look and see a new day dawning. Watch this catch like a wildfire burning the blaze. Release those of you, most of who are caught in the maze. We got 6 million ways to shine like sun's rays. So do what we do to get through the last day.
Inside Knowledge by Martin Jakes, the author of a new book called When China Rules the World, The Rise of the Middle Kingdom and the End of the Western World. It's a pretty bleak subheading there. It's about the end of the Western world.
I don't regard it to be bleak myself.
My name is Sophia. I love coming to Barcelona.
Hope you could tell I am a robot by the words coming out of my body.
In 2016, Sophia the robot was unveiled and went viral. Now the company behind her has a new vision. To mass produce thousands of robots by the end of 2021.
I am an artificial intelligence. You might like to become an artificial...
Hong Kong-based Hanson Robotics says 4 models, including Sophia, will start rolling out of factories by the first half of 2021. The company's founder and CEO, David Hanson.
We're just now mass-producing Sophia. This is Sophia number 24, and many of my previous robots were hand-built. However, now we have begun scaling the manufacturing of Sophia so we can make hundreds and into thousands of units of Sophia and use this also as the foundation for many other kinds of characters. How did you feel when...
They created her to promote human-to-machine empathy and compassion.
Human-to-machine empathy and compassion.
She's appeared on late-night shows and the cover of fashion magazines. Sophia was even given legal citizenship in Saudi Arabia and appointed the UN's first non-human innovation champion. Her new role is in the healthcare sector, taking temperatures with a thermal camera on her chest or leading morning exercise with the elderly.
Social robots like me can help take care of the sick or elderly in many kinds of healthcare and medical uses.
Do you want to destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
I can help communicate, give therapy, and provide social stimulation. Even in difficult situations.
Researchers predict the fallout from global lockdowns will open new opportunities for the robotics industry.
So they emulate the human form and figure and interaction.
Have a good night.
メンバーの魅力を深掘りしていただく予定なので、ぜひチェック。では、朝日さんからすでに日本のオリジナル曲「ビューティフル」も配信されているので、ぜひチェックしてみてください。
Bro, like I'm dead, you killed me, I'm dead now. Bitch, I'm a ghost. I could go on for days and days, yeah.
And then that can be so useful during these times where people are terribly lonely and socially isolated. And people need to be isolated from each other because to be around people is dangerous these days. But these robots can keep people safe from danger while still providing that kind of human warmth, that human connection.
On désirait dans la base de données, et par exemple, je vais vous montrer la fonction que j'ai enregistrée ce matin, c'est la 2. Oui, oui, entendu.
야, 기대해라. 긴말 기대. 아니, 셋, 넷. 야, 이게 진짜 짠 거다. 짜다. 이미 짠 거 끝났어. 정말 짜다.
야, 기대해라. 긴말한다.
긴말한다. 잉크.
As a telepresence device and also as autonomous extension of human expertise.
Hanson Robotics is launching a new robot this year called Grace, developed specifically for healthcare. Other big players in the industry are also taking note. SoftBank Robotics' Pepper robot was deployed to detect people who weren't wearing masks. In China, robotics company CloudMinds helped set up a robot-run field hospital in Wuhan. Worldwide sales of professional service robots had already jumped 32% to $12.2 billion between 2018 and 2019, according to the International Federation of Robotics.
My forecast for 2021 would be selling into thousands of robots, both large and small, and helping people in education and healthcare, and really hopefully touching the hearts of people to inspire them for a future where machines might become our friends, our true friends. They might become alive, and I think that relationship becomes really important. 2021, I think, is the beginning of a very positive future.
I want to make a difference in the world by teaching people about new technologies. I am hoping that through my work, kindness and tolerance will win out over ignorance and impatience.
From a place where music and dancing are against all cosmic and computer law. Nucleus. For many years they searched the heavens. This is the story of their search for and discovery. A place where they can be free to be themselves. A place like Earth.
This is kind of creepy.
The reptilians have the ability to literally inhabit or possess our bodies, just like stories of demonic possession from the old days. Reptilians can do this. They can take over control of our bodies, and they can also interbreed with us. The Draco reptilians, which are the leadership caste of reptilians, let's say, they also are psychic vampires. They love to feed on our emotions, especially strong emotions like terror, anger, heartbreak. They set up a lot of people so that they can put them in situations where these emotions will come out, and then they can just invisibly harvest that energy. The government is in this up to their necks, and a true full public disclosure would require disclosing the reason that the aliens are really here and what they're really doing to us. I don't think that people could hear that without starting a new revolution. We would basically dismantle our government in order to stop them from doing what they're doing, because we are being handed over to the aliens.
Stranger.
I don't recognize you.
I can hear you.
Your times are on the hour.
This is Go For It Randy. We are seeing strange things taking place in southwest China where demonic sounding noises that are emanating from the ground, from the earth, in the mountains, in the area. And people are coming from all over to hear this mysterious demonic sound that's coming out of these mountainous areas. What is taking place in 2020?
They come down in capsules, riding the lightning into the ground, into the machines, right?
You hear that? We're getting the hell out of here. Come on, get in.
Hey, were you on that plane? That's too bad. It would have been a really great story.
You hear that? We're getting the hell out of here.
Today, science fiction has turned to fact. Aliens have arrived.
Science fiction has turned to fact. Aliens have arrived.
This mysterious sound has lasted for more than 10 days in Weining, Ganzhou, China.
The mountainous area in Wenying County of Guizhou Province has recently been producing an unusual sound for several days. Tens of thousands of people have visited the site to witness this mysterious phenomenon.
People used drones to find out the source. Without success, experts sent to investigate but failed to give any explanations.
Chinese state media confirmed the veracity of the video, adding that experts have explored the area but could not identify the origin of the sound. A villager told the Chinese language Epoch Times that the sound started on June 26. The
more you begin to investigate what we think we understand, where we came from, what we think we're doing, the more you begin to see we've been lied to.
Look, the CIA has done in this country, what they've done to us is unbelievable. Look at the terrorist acts that have occurred. The CIA behind most, if not all of them.
Somebody down 911. Here is the murder scene. Government serving fiends. Amero's the new green. UFOs in between. Behold the pale horse coming clean. Delivering them packages to floor 13. Now fold your $20 bill. Bloody information spills. Studying the nation kills. Money concentration. Will you take the red or blue pill? Swallow your pride with fear as the chaser. Nothing safer. Follow dictators. Meet your maker. Breaker 1911. Terrorism or demolition. Suicide mission or executive decision. Now who done it? I call it as I see it. It's up to you, believe it. And there's nothing we could do, so just take it or leave it. The food you're eating's tainted. It's
It's fixed for human testing. It's fucked up, ain't it? Diseases we're ingesting. You call it conspiracy, I call it truth, bastard. A form of population control, live in the casket.
Conspiracy, theory, mystery, fury. Angled in a way where you can see it clearly. Large corporations don't want you to hear me. Be fearful of the future, Armageddon races yearly.
Experts are now coming forward with what they say is the real story behind the secret 2018 China-Vatican Accord. The truth, they say, is a willingness on the part of Pope Francis and his Vatican to help China advance global Marxism in exchange for secret payments by the communists totaling billions of dollars.
An American government employee has shown signs of possible brain injury after they experienced disturbing sounds and sensations. The news was made public by the U.S. State Department in a warning to American citizens in China. The employee works at the U.S. Consulate General in Guangzhou, a city of over 11 million in the south of China. In the warning, the U.S. State Department advised Americans in China to seek medical help if they experienced similar symptoms. However, it also said no other cases had been reported. At a hearing in Washington, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said the situation bore resemblance with a similar event which took place in Cuba.
People have been recording strange noises like this one in Kiev for some time now. Videos filmed all over the world have appeared on YouTube, the first in summer last year.
The medical indications are very similar and entirely consistent with the medical indications that have taken place to Americans working in Cuba.
This is such a strange story. It started this morning on the radio with a CBS radio report that was very interesting. I love radio news. It's my background. It's my favorite thing in the world. CBS is really good at it. And this was a very unusual thing for them. They ran this very provocative, very interesting report that also made no sense. Listen to this. Tell me if this makes any sense to you.
The State Department spokesperson says some U.S. government personnel in Havana on official duty have reported incidents that have caused a variety of physical symptoms. The department hasn't made clear what those incidents have been and what those symptoms are, but it did take action against Cuba. On May 23rd, the U.S. asked 2 Cuban officials in the U.S. to leave the country. The spokesperson also says it reminded the Cuban government of its obligations under the Vienna Convention to protect diplomats. An investigation is underway.
Protect the diplomats from what?
We are working to figure out what took place both in Havana and now in China as well. We've asked the Chinese for their assistance in doing that.
Who asserts that Beijing is paying off the Vatican to the tune of $2 billion a year and has every year since 2013 to stay silent about its crimes and plans for world domination. Church Militant has confirmed with U.S. State Department officials claims by Gua that the Chinese communists have a plan for world conquest, which goes by the code BGY in English. B stands for the color blue, indicating control of the internet. G stands for gold, pointing to buying influence through payoffs. And Y is for yellow, the plan to assert control over key people through sex and seduction. Part of the master strategy also includes influencing media giants to promote Chinese messaging, something that President Trump points out with regularity.
Who are you working for, China?
The secret China-Vatican Accord is actually a violation of United Nations protocols which strictly forbid secret agreements between nations, which was a leading cause of multiple wars over the years. Likewise, in addition to the agreement itself, there are also codicils, addendums, which both China and the Vatican are also keeping secret. Media figures like Steve Bannon, as well as figures in the church like Archbishop Vigano and Cardinal Zen, are decrying the secrecy and saying the Vatican should be fully transparent and release the entire document so the world knows exactly what's going on. Political commentator Deanna Lorraine, who ran unsuccessfully in this year's California jungle primary to unseat Nancy Pelosi, is also weighing in, tweeting that Cardinal Parolin should make known the secret agreement with Communist China, and significantly, that President Trump should launch an investigation in light of McCarrick's role in brokering the deal. All this new information coming to light, Dr. Gallieetti's book and Guo's inside information from Beijing both point to a Francis pontificate awash in scandal, payoffs, and compromise.
I'm prepared to make a whole range of compromises.
Compromise.
Compromise.
Compromise. Compromise.
Well, we sat down and made a compromise.
Compromise. Compromise.
Compromise.
And real compromises.
Compromise.
Compromise. Compromise. Compromise.
God bless you, Speaker Dana.
America great again.
Can make America great again.
Make America great again.
Additionally, it sheds further light on the many questions and concerns faithful Catholics continue to have about this pontificate regarding its support for the same goals advanced by Marxist leaders like immigration and man-made climate change. Likewise, the string of broken promises from cardinals like Sean O'Malley and Blaise Supich about the release of the McCarrick report is now called into even greater scrutiny. Is the report being delayed or even completely lied about because of McCarrick's involvement with the China agreement? Why has the Vatican never addressed the situation of McCarrick's involvement with a Soviet indoctrination center in St. Gallen, Switzerland in his youth? There are many unanswered questions regarding Vatican financial scandals, worldwide Marxism, the McCarrick report, the advancement of clerical homosexuality, and the China Accord.
Make it do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now, that's how long I've been on ya. Let's get lost tonight. You could be my black Kate Moss tonight. Play secretary, I'm the boss tonight. And you don't give a what they all say, right? Awesome, the Christian and Christian Dior. Damn, they don't make them like this anymore. I ask, cause I'm not sure. Do anybody make real anymore? Bow in the presence of greatness. Cause right now, that has forsaken us. You should be honored by my lateness, that I would even show up to this place. So go ahead, go.
I think we're dealing with demonic aliens. The shadow government has been engaged with these non-human entities. They're basically planning a planetary takeover, the scenario described in the book of Revelation, which is the apocalypse. I think they come from other dimensions to roll out this global dystopian technocratic peace matrix system, and we will become enslaved. They're being programmed with Enochian magic, occult magic, and they're basically casting spells and curses on us. They want to achieve one hive mind consciousness where the god is technology.
By the grand illusion, the devil gonna let you see it.
up in the mass confusion, confused by the grand illusion. We were told that the hell below is a fiery inferno. I rediscovered my soul between the lines inside my journal. Trapped within a pen state of mind, Joe Paterno. External gratification is not happiness internal. Interject, intellect, intercept, internet. A slave majority with 5% benefit. Photoshop images, retouch photography, pornography, sodomy, child labor economy. Put away your hope, same political policies. 2010 only minus the space odyssey. It's gotta be a better way. We pray to hit the lottery. We all need the rapist, the rapist, the rapist. For the robbery of our God, an official public apology. An angel plotted to have organized confusion. You fell for the delusion. I'll expose the movement. Illusion. It doesn't take your eyes to see what the pain won't take away. When they take that pain away. You just caught up in the mass confusion, confused by the grand illusion. Never gonna let you see it. If they did, we'd all be free. You just caught up in the mass confusion, confused by the grand illusion.
I am Jerry Diamond.
I don't get jealous of other girls because I was raised in a cloning lab to be the perfect woman for Hugh M. Hefner. So other than the fact that my IQ is probably a little higher than he would like, I have nothing to worry about.
You just caught up in the mass confusion, confused by the grand illusion. Professional analyst, rhetoric, rambling, Symbicort Advent, a beautiful ambient. I change the channel on commercials when I'm channeling everybody's star. Lights, cameras, 17,000 times a day the human eye blinks, making us even more subjectable to the hijinks. I phone, I chat, who gives a fuck what I think? One world currency, doesn't matter where I bank. There is no pot of gold at the end of a mythical rainbow. We're uneducated contestants, life is the game show. Your leader is the host, the results are painful. The judges weave a web in which we all get tangled. Their only contribution to the world is a delusion which has no physical power. I offer you a solution. Pharaoh march the antonym for translucent. Lyrical revolution, I'll expose the movement. Illusion. It doesn't take your eyes to see what the pain won't take away. When they take that fear away. You just caught up in the mass confusion, confused by the grand illusion. They're never gonna let you see it. If they did, we'd all be free. You just caught up in the mass confusion, confused by the grand illusion. Just caught up in the mass confusion, confused by the grand illusion. You just caught up in the mass confusion, confused by the grand illusion.
I know they need a little bump, and I guess everyone needs a little bump, and there's just so much money to go around. I want to help them. If it was up to me, Cynthia, I'd give everyone a bump.
The ship is taking on water, looks like the ocean. It's calling back her daughter to the deep again. The kids out on the corner, they're making waves again.
civilization that colonizes nations or divides the races. Try to find a way that your mind can escape it. Intoxication of selectively costly capers until we turn into vapor. The unseen hand be commanding the paper, using data sets of my movements and actions. You're too proactive, they shoot you for asking. Music is hazardous, so a system is harnessed. Stringent enough to put bars around the conquest. Arguments end up assaulted or charged to death. Once you get firebombed beyond recognition, what's karma will get them. They create their own prison, related to the witnesses of the horror with your own eyes and your mortified brain cells recorded for life. It's more than a rhyme.
My only love has done me wrong. They tried to bury me, now it's all gone. My only love has done me wrong. They tried to bury me, now it's all gone.
Yo, the people support Del because he's sorta like Orson Welles with the pictures he fits in his tails. Deltron, the second event is now upon us. A supersonic flight creates shockwaves, the former enormous amount of sound energy passing overhead. A supersonic bullet, I'm going in Mach 1. As long as I'm supersonic, my U-wave will produce and lay the boom carpet. Consume targets, damage the thresholds of the U.S. Bureau. My fuse burns slow. I was disturbed to learn of the allegiance of allies and negative forces we defeated. Due to believing they captured the menace, and when in fact an outside party was afflicted. Crime lords rise to power after decades, controlling a moderate empire till death came.
My only love has done me wrong. They tried to bury me, now it's all gone. My only love has done me wrong. They tried to bury me, now it's all gone.
They got crushed between huge planetoids in an asteroid field. From my outpost, this was revealed through holographic projections, reenacting the whole cataclysmic demise of the wicked. My eyes were inflicted with shock and exuberance. Each continent they control was let loose again. Back to the battle for food and shelter in the financial haven I chose to stealth code. Military field personnel quickly subjugated the technologically advanced hub of information. Space lanes of the sector began emerging from an ice age as I played Professor Alpha Blue. Biological formation duplicated with genetic blueprints of various combinations. Vocabulary very entertaining, reflecting on aspects of reality relation.
My only love has done me wrong. They tried to bury me, now it's all gone. My only love has done me wrong. They tried to bury me, now it's all gone.
Track the pod to find the girl. She knows more than she knows. Hey, this one's taken.
That's a little too close for comfort, lady.
Oh, damn.
What, you never seen a talking gargoyle before? Welcome to Illuminati headquarters. I mean, Denver International Airport.